Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show.
Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in to another episode of RAERAEs Review. Now I'll be talking about The Equalizer on CBS. Yes, season 5, episode 3. Have you guys been watching? I love this show so much. Queen Latifah is a star of the show, baby. Queen Latifah is a star, and she always does a bang-up job. And there's some other folks in there doing real good work. I don't know their name by heart, but that's okay. They get they just do. The child, it got good. It's getting good. I love the way they has like a MacGyver feel to it with all the extracurriculars and making sure the bad guys are caught. Some advanced technology to find out everybody's move and where they at and how long they was breathing for 5 seconds. I'm just saying, I love everything about this show. Ooh-wee. Now, you know how it always starts, right? If you haven't watched, pretty much it always, it's about, I'll give you a little brief synopsis. It's about a vigilante who gets the bad guys when the cops just can't handle the situation or you don't really trust the cops. So you want to kind of go underground with it. Then you put a little filler out there, on the World Wide Web. And then it gets to Robin, and then Robin meets up with him. And they pretty much go toe-to-toe about what's going on. And if something Robin can handle, then she going to take it on. Plus, she got the CIA ops, all that stuff, knowledge that she's been in, that she just got out of. And she's raising a teenage daughter with her Aunt Vi. And she has an ex-husband. And she has a cute little love interest, sort of. He moved to LA last season, pretty much, she waited too long to let him know how she felt. You know how it go. You know how they write these stories, leaving us in limbo, suspense and everything while these thriller moves and carrying on. But yeah, so that's the synopsis about everything. And then she has a team, Harry and Mel. Mel recently last season got into some real dangerous situations, so she got to work through her PTSD before she's fully on. But she still allows Robin to meet up with her potential clients at her bar. Underneath her bar is where Harry is. That's her man, and he's the advanced technology guy. So he finds out where people be. He finds out where they at, where they going and everything, the financials. He's the PI of everything. And his lair is underneath the bar. So there you go. Now the Popo know about her because they figure out who she was when Dante, her so-called love interest, kind of sort of, was still working out here for NYPD. But since he moved to LA, she doesn't really rely on anyone. Actually, she relies on no one from the Popo because Dante was the only connect she would have, because he got in trouble for dealing with her and helping her out in certain situations. So, they cool, but they ain't that cool between Robin and the NYPD Popo. So this episode starts, right, where you see a lady getting dressed up by another lady, like a doll, sort of, kind of, and she's in this, Vanna White gown that's really, really pretty. It looks like she's in a fancy house, a little dark color, maybe some dark green lighting and everything. Anyway, then the other lady pretty much. Okay, so Lady A is getting dressed up by Lady B. And Lady B is putting on her makeup and getting her all dolled up. So Lady A is like, I just want to go home. So now we know she done got kidnapped. And next thing you know, they pan to her ankle and she got a whole chain, ball and chain on it. And we're like, what? And then they go off. That's all they give us at first. Okay. So the first thing we see now, if you remember from last episode 2, Dee was kind of seen as boy, sort of kind of, they were friends. Well, now they are Instagram official child. It's all on the gram. People know, and now she got to go tell everybody who don't know. She is just so cute. I think she's a junior in high school. Girl, you do. Anyway, girl. So pretty much this lady comes in wanting Robin's help because Robin didn't answer the ad. So the woman who's missing, her name is Lily. Lily asked and that's the one that was in the beginning getting all dolled up by the other girl. We don't know what her situation is just yet. So Lily asked her friend who answered the ad to watch her daughter Hannah, who's about 5 or 6. She want her mama. Everybody, I want my mama. Where's she at? I want my mama. And pretty much there's no sign of her. So she's finds out, that's pretty much it. Wasn't a whole lot to do with all that. So then Harry looks into it. She's in a nasty custody battle. Harry looks up the ex-husband and, just going back and forth. It ain't cute. And pretty much he also looks up some Popo information and finds that Lily had beef with this man who lives at a halfway house. Her purse and keys are not with her. So they got to find out what's going on, right? So next thing we find out is where her cell phone pinged nearest to the halfway house. So now they got to go find a dude she had beef with at the halfway house. Duh. So they find out that she was volunteering there doing some charity work. And the guy that she had beef with looked like, child, he about 6'4", 400, so they looking like, oh shoot, what's really going on? He had transitioned from prison, so he got some edge to him. And so they're looking at her purse and her keys are still there. So, and she ain't here. It's been a couple of days. Something happened. So they question him and he's like reluctant, but then they start threatening him with jail time and you going back to Rikers or wherever he came from. So he pretty much told them, yeah, she kind of pretty much called me out. I didn't like it. And we had, some words exchanged, but, that's pretty much it. So they go out in the back and the guy tells them that she was looking out of her window. And then once she started looking out the window and going outside, that's pretty much when their argument ended, right? So then they check outside, look for clues in the alleyway. That's when they find her cell phone. Then they see some track marks, look like maybe, I don't know how they figure all this out, child, but check this out. Harry and Robin find tracks that says there's some extra footsteps, look like there's some dragging, and then there's some tire marks. I mean, the way this is written is pretty cute, but I'm like, come on, y'all. Then they, again, like I said, they find her cell phone. They play the last videos, pretty much of her recording herself, talking about, somebody following me, and I don't know what's gonna happen, but I'm recording this anyway, just in case you can't find me. And boom, they can't find her. So now they tracing everything about where the call could, they know where the call came from. So they're just looking, right? Harry searched her money, financials, and everything, and finds out she has OnlyFans. Now she only brings in $35,000 a year, something like that, but she has over double that worth of bills. And they find out she's been doing like this seller OnlyFans to pay her bills. And so they're like, okay, well, we ain't slut shaming, but she got a kid. I'm pretty sure the husband don't like it. They just pulling up all sorts of plausibles and scenarios and carrying on. And so pretty much they find out where this, OnlyFans knockoff place is. and Harry goes in and tries to find some info. So Harry pretends to be a guitarist trying to gain more exposure. Wrong word, Harry, wrong word. And so she goes to where Lily was doing her knockoff OnlyFans situation. And it's pretty much a whole bunch of cubicles where people do their videos of all sorts of kinds of videos, not just, the sexual kind. And so he meets up with someone who's going to introduce him to the World Wide Web, and he finds out as they're walking that they're walking by Lily's office. So he distracts the person leading him to where he's going to go and knocks her coffee on her sweater. So she got to go take care of all that. So he finds a way to go into Lily's office, dub her computer, pretty much go through her drawers and everything. And Robin's on the phone, letting him know what, pretty much what he's looking at, and if it can or cannot be something that they can use. And pretty much he got a couple of pictures and seen a couple of things. Then he dubs the computer just in time before the boss comes. So pretty much the boss, she's letting him know that maybe if you open up your shirt and are you really secure wearing pants? He's like, yeah, the pants pretty much stay on. I ain't trying to. So anyway, so Harry pretty much goes into her computer and they're looking and looking and looking. And next thing you know, him and Robin are able to find the perv that's been following Lily online. They track his info and everything. And then, they pretty much find out, well, they're trying to find out exactly who he is because they pretty much have a clue. So the perv that was following Lily, Robin kidnapped him, child. And she's trying to find Lily. He's like, I don't know what's going on. And she just tortured him bad, child, to the point where, he pretty much gives her some info. Again, she was torturing that man, po man, po man, po man. So pretty much he talks to a woman named Sarah, and pretty much talking about Sarah's jealous of Lily, and Sarah can never be Lily, that type of dude, some perv crazy dude. Anywho, Harry finds Lily, and pretty much they find out that through all this technology and the dude that Robin had kidnapped to get some more deets on Lily because he was, checking her out online, getting a little too close. So Harry finds that Lily had an issue with a neighbor. And so that neighbor turns out to be her mother. Ain't that nothing? No, the mother of a woman that Lily worked with. So in the meantime, another scene is on Vi. She goes with her friend to go to the Popo event with the community. It's like, meet the Popo meet the community. What can we do to make things better and everything? And pretty much during all of that, her friend takes a liking to the sergeant. If you must know who the sergeant is, child, he is Hartner Brig. What was his first name? Oh my goodness. He played Hartner Brig on the Jamie Foxx show, the real uptight dude who was always telling on Jamie and trying to get Jamie to do right, a real stick in the mud type of dude. Anyway, that's who the sergeant was. I ain't seen him in months of Sunday. I'm glad to see him working because I ain't seen him in months of Sunday, child. Anyway, so yeah, so Anvi is there, and during their visit, she's going back and forth with the sergeant because he just, surprisingly mentioned how vigilantes are ruining the neighborhood and how it's hard to trust police because you have these rogue people trying to act like they're police. And he mentioned this equalizer person. And of course, we know who the equalizer is. And then Vi took offense, stood up, and was just battling and going back and forth about if they're doing good, what's it to you? I mean, it seemed like you should thank the person who's doing all of this since they're helping to, bring the community to a safer place, just like you are. But they didn't see eye to eye, and they both kind of stare at each other a little hard. Like I wish you would say something else. Vi was heated because you talking about my niece, but she can't let him know that's her niece, child. It probably would have been something. Anyway, what else happened, child? Oh, so then remember I mentioned the neighbor, how Lily had a thing with the neighbor down the street. Well, apparently this neighbor is someone who works with Lily. It's her mother. So Robin talks to the neighbor again. It's the mother of one of Lily's OnlyFans knockoff. And the mother was like, "Yeah, I didn't got tossed out of the bridge in the old folks' home, and they don't want me coming around because my daughter is on this OnlyFans thing." And well, it's not OnlyFans, y'all. It's like OnlyFans, like, I guess lonely bands, if you want to call them that. And so, the mother's just embarrassed, but she really wants her daughter back. And it's been quite some time, but she says she will resurface when she needs some money type situation. So she kind of knows her daughter, but at the same time, she doesn't know that her daughter is in danger. So pretty much Robin was letting her know, well, I'm looking for such and such. Have you seen her? She said, yeah, that's who my daughter works with. And they both over there doing God knows what. And so, the mom is very, judgmental, but at the same time, she knows her daughter is not really, a stand-up person. So, she just figured her daughter's wrapped in some stuff. And when she's out of it, she'll come home not knowing that her daughter's really in danger, child. Molly, girl, you in danger. So anyway, so pretty much they find out the woman's name is Sarah. Sarah is the woman who was actually dressing up Lily at this house. Child, this gets even stranger. Oh my goodness. So Harry found Sarah, and pretty much but she's being sold per se by the boss at the Lonely Band's place. So the Lonely Bands is into making money, period, point blank. So if you're not going to show up, they're just going to redo your content because they have, autonomy over it. And so it's through contracts. So of course they can do whatever they want with it. So they're just, redoing her content because apparently it's making money, but she ain't there really to have any new content. But, hey, doors got to stay open. The doors got to stay open. So her name was Victoria, the boss lady over all this Lonely Band stuff. And pretty much she's making a buku money. So Harry looks into it and comes to find out that she got 300,000 at some point, and then another 300,000 the day that Lily disappeared. So Harry and Robin put two and two together. Was like, well, if she that greedy, I'm pretty sure she can, be greedy enough to, sell some people. So, and in that line of work, unfortunately, folks, be doing things like that. But we get a little lighter note. Marcus calls Robin. That's the detective. No, Detective Dante. Now, who's Marcus? I put Marcus down here, child. Let me fix that. Detective Dante. He calls Robin, and he wants to ask her, some questions. She's like, "Go ahead." Her whole demeanor changed when he called her. So he wanted to ask her about, him being a FaceTime father, considering how Robin has been with her daughter. She's fighting crime and was in CIA and carrying on. So Robin's like, well, before you call me, you should have already had a support system in place. Every parent knows to have a support system in place. However, if you've never had a support system, we can understand that. But Dante did. He had that out there in New York. And if he wants to have his sons visit him for any length of time more than just a couple of days, he needs to have a support system for himself out there wherever he is. Now he's doing some heavy popo work out there. Everything is detective work. Nobody wears a badge unless they pull it out when it's time to put the cuffs on. I mean, it's really, really, really hardcore undercover stuff. So it is going to be difficult. And he did weigh those options before he left, like he said. However, he still, wants to see how he can do this, because his sons want to come out more. He wants to see them more because he got two growing up, coming out of high school and carrying on. And, it's important for him to be there like he was before. It was easier, of course, when he was still on the same coast, but he in California. You know how many miles that is between New York, child? But, it is what it is. So he thanked her for the convo, and they pretty much ended that. Next. So pretty much Harry goes back to the Lonely Bands and confronts Victoria. She called herself trying to call her attorney. He said, well, while you calling your attorney, I'll go ahead and call the DA's office and let him know what's going on. And then she said, okay, we don't need to go that far. Yeah. Now, he was like, where are them girls at? Because we know that you got $300,000 on this date. And as soon as so-and-so went missing, you got 300,000 more. So what's going on? So where are they? She's like, I don't know where they are. And so he pretty much demanded some more info, some more intel she can give him on who got them. It got to be somebody, because you making deals with somebody. She's like, no, I just don't know who. Then all of a sudden she found a name. Mm-hmm. They always, now he should have stomped on her foot. Anyway. So after all that, they pan to Lily and the other girl, who was actually Sarah, the one that's also being talked about by the mom. She's like, well, she'll return someday, not knowing that girl Sarah is on girl Sarah locked up too. So next week, pretty much track the dude's name and everything, and he's been going to this, what do you call, not day spa, but some place where girls get a little dolled up, maybe like a brick and mortar makeup counter type situation, they get a little dolled up. So anywho, so Robin goes by and tries to see if she can get some intel. Then they switch to Mel setting up open mic night, and she's writing a song, trying to, get more in the mood and everything. So then they do a flashback real quick to where Lily is with the girl. So the kidnapper, some weird looking dude. Child, I swear it's something out there for everybody. You ain't got to be this Brad Pitt looking, Denzel looking, bombshell of a person to play these roles, child. This man, I hate to say it, but he looked horrible. And it's not just maybe makeup. I mean, the structure of his whole face. He's like, ugh. No, I ain't even gonna say that's a little. Anyway, he looked horrible. He looked like something happened at birth, and it was never fixed. That's all I got. For real, he really do. Well, see, I'm coughing for talking about that man, but he do. They know they picked that man because he looked crazy. Come on now. Anyway, so like I said, Harry sends Robin over there to where the women get all dolled up and everything, and pretty much she scares the woman into giving her the name of the man and some more intel on where he is. And Robin finds them just in the nick of time, because right before Robin got there, Sarah, the girl dolling up Lily is the new girl that's been kidnapped, and Sarah's already been kidnapped, right? So Sarah and Lily are talking, and just so happens that Lily tried to escape, y'all. She grabbed the glass of sorts, hit the man on the head, tried to leave out the door, and then he threw her down and roughed her up. And then we see him, coming back with a that thing is Mona's stun gun, child. It looked like something that he used on animals. So he told her, well, you're gonna pay because you have to learn your lesson. So right before he started doing all that, that's when Robin showed up. In the nick, when I say the nick of time, she showed up in the nick of time. So pretty much she's fighting the man, and and the two ladies is on the other side watching in horror and hoping that Robin will get them. And just so happens Robin succeeds in putting him down. She didn't take him off the set, nothing like that, but she put him down really hard. Next thing you know, Sarah pulls out a pow pow on Robin, talking about uh you can go. We good here. She's like, what? So then Robin talking to her, talking her off the ledge, and the man is on the floor talking about shoot her, shoot her. So in the midst of Robin trying to talk Sarah off the ledge, Sarah moved the gun from Lily to Robin. And he's like, shoot her now. And so the more Robin talks, the more it sinks into Sarah, and then she puts the gun down. And yay, Robin saves them. I was so happy. I was so happy. I was so happy. So next we see, after a long day at the Popo's office still, Sergeant has eyes for Aunt Vi. Now her friend had eyes for him, but she was talking to him, on the side, but he kept referring back to what Aunt Vi and him was arguing about. So the friend kind of caught up on that, and pretty much the guy came over. Now the guy was real smooth. Now, mind you, from season 1 to 4, Aunt Vi has been a lesbian. And I'm looking like, I know good and nice well, is she gonna tell him that, she'd rather date she'd rather have some fish than rather have a hot dog? But no, they just kind of toyed around with it. I'm like, so Aunt Vi is bi? Come on now. All this time Aunt Vi been lesbian. She ain't been doing nothing else but lesbian. I get it, whatever floats folks boat. But I swear, all this time through seasons 1 through 5 through episode 2, I'm vibing lesbian. Because then we done met the woman last year. They had an argument, falling out, and fell back in. Child. Now see, here they go fooling me again. I don't know what to call anybody no more. Anyway, so like I said, after a long day, I'm by, and the dude, he came over and said, now I know, we've been arguing, but I've been thinking about you. How about we go out? He pretty much made a play. And Alvi was looking like, I know he didn't. She didn't say no either. But he walked away, leaving her in suspense. I know that's right. So Robin brings Lily to her daughter, and it's a happy ending. Harry surprises Mel. Remember, Mel was having open mic night? Well, he was the last on the list, and he wrote a song for her, and it cheered her up so cute. Oh, it was just the most cutest song ever about Mel. Just something real cute, something probably an elementary school person would have wrote. Anyway, that was it, y'all. It was a cute ending to a real nice episode. Like I said, The Equalizer on CBS is a real good show. It's a family show. I mean, of course, it's some stuff, maybe 9 and up, 9, 10 and up, but not for no little kid. They may have nightmares while they're fighting and stuff going on, because sometimes they do get a little, bloody. I mean, it ain't like a saw. But you to your discretion. That's your baby. Whatever you hang, it's little kids watching Friday. So anyway, but thanks again, y'all, for tuning in. I appreciate it. Please come back again. A lot more episodes coming through. We're only on episode 3, so at least 7 more. At least 7, child. Anyway, I guess we're gonna go on to 2025 with the Equalizer, because we got a lot more than 7 weeks before the end of the year. Hello. Anywho, again, thanks for tuning in. I appreciate you. Please don't forget to like and comment and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll catch you next time. Bye. Ray, ray,